Picture this. You meet a younger woman, and suddenly you think age gives you the advantage, that experience alone makes you irresistible. But here's the cold truth. One wrong move can destroy everything before it even begins. Never underestimate the subtle power of age differences, because what seems harmless can backfire fast. Age gap awareness is crucial. Younger women often think differently, prioritize different experiences, and approach life with a perspective shaped by modern trends and culture. If you ignore these differences and assume your life experience automatically makes you more insightful or right, you'll create misunderstandings and frustration. She may value freedom, experimentation, or social connections differently than you do. Recognizing these generational gaps helps you communicate effectively, avoid clashes, and show genuine respect. Ignoring them not only makes interactions awkward, but also risks emotional damage for both parties. Because the world you grew up in and the world she knows may not always align. Never assume maturity just because of age. Being an adult doesn't guarantee emotional readiness or the same level of life experience you have. Younger women may handle challenges differently, react emotionally in ways you don't expect, or have goals that don't match your own. Assuming she should immediately adapt to your expectations can push her away. Instead, approach her with curiosity and patience, giving her the space to express herself honestly. Emotional maturity is earned, not granted by age, and expecting otherwise can create tension, resentment, and early relationship failure. Real connection requires recognizing differences without judgment and learning from them. Respecting boundaries is non-negotiable. Pressuring a younger woman into intimacy, commitment, or lifestyle choices too soon is a recipe for disaster. Boundaries define comfort and trust, and crossing them breaks the foundation of any healthy relationship. Listen attentively, observe cues, and act with empathy. Failure to respect her boundaries is often mistaken for passion or intensity, but it's actually controlling and disrespectful. By honoring boundaries, you foster safety, mutual trust, and authentic attraction, making your connection more meaningful and sustainable rather than forcing it to fit your timeline or desires. Avoid patronizing behavior. Talking down to her or assuming she doesn't understand topics because of her age is insulting. Younger women notice subtle condescension, and it destroys trust. Patronizing behavior makes you seem arrogant, controlling, or dismissive, which kills genuine attraction. Engage in conversations as equals. Listen to her perspective and share insights without belittling her intelligence. Respect builds rapport. Arrogance creates walls. The strongest connections form when both people feel valued for their ideas, experiences, and contributions, not diminished by assumptions tied to age. Power dynamics play a silent but critical role. Older men often have more financial security, life experience, or professional influence, which can unintentionally intimidate or pressure a younger woman. Using this leverage consciously or unconsciously can feel manipulative and exploitative. Recognize your advantages without weaponizing them. Relationships thrive on balance, mutual respect, and voluntary trust, not dominance. Being aware of how power shifts affect behavior ensures your intentions are ethical and your interactions are authentic, fostering equality rather than dependency. Manipulation is a major trap. Never try to control her choices, isolate her from friends, or use emotional tactics to get your way. Younger women are often perceptive and can sense manipulation even when subtle. Trying to shape her feelings or decisions erodes trust and respect. Healthy relationships are built on freedom, transparency, and mutual consent. Manipulation may give short-term compliance, but it destroys long-term connection and often ends in resentment. Integrity and honesty always outperform coercion when building lasting bonds. Social perception matters more than many men think. Friends, family, and society may judge a significant age gap relationship harshly. Criticism can amplify stress, provoke insecurity, and strain communication. Being aware of these perceptions allows you to prepare, address concerns honestly, and avoid defensiveness. It's important to navigate social judgment with maturity, ensuring your relationship is not swayed by gossip, but strengthened by transparency, confidence, and mutual understanding. Avoid jealousy traps. A younger woman may have active social connections, hobbies, or friendships that feel unfamiliar or threatening. Overreacting to her independence or expressing constant suspicion can suffocate the relationship. Trust is essential, and insecurity undermines respect. Supporting her freedom and individuality demonstrates confidence and emotional stability. When jealousy is controlled and communicated constructively, it reinforces respect rather than creating tension or mistrust. Financial dependency pitfalls are common. Using money, gifts, or favors to manipulate affection or gain influence damages respect. Younger women may initially appreciate generosity, but if it becomes transactional, attraction fades. True connection grows from shared experiences, emotional support, and mutual respect, not material leverage. Healthy relationships balance giving and receiving naturally, without obligations tied to financial power. Transparency matters above all. Be honest about intentions, life stage, and expectations. Hiding your goals, exaggerating experiences, or pretending to be younger than you are only sows distrust. Younger women value authenticity, and discovering dishonesty later can end the relationship abruptly. Clear, upfront communication prevents misunderstandings, builds trust, and fosters genuine intimacy. Never exploit emotions. Using her youth to boost your ego, feel validated, or mask insecurities is destructive. Emotional exploitation often leaves long-lasting scars. Focus on mutual growth, support, and respect, ensuring your actions enrich rather than diminish her confidence. Healthy relationships are reciprocal, nurturing both partners equally. Finally, long-term planning is key. Consider if your life goals, career, family planning, and energy levels are compatible. Age differences can create diverging paths, and ignoring this reality leads to disappointment. Honest evaluation ensures alignment, avoids wasted time, and allows for realistic expectations about the future together. In conclusion, relationships between older men and younger women can thrive when grounded in respect, honesty, and awareness. Avoid manipulation, patronizing behavior, and assumption-driven mistakes. Listen, learn, and act ethically. Age should never be used as a tool for control. Instead, let experience guide you toward empathy, understanding, and authentic connection. Handle it right, and the relationship can flourish. Handle it wrong, and the consequences may be irreversible.